Hello and welcome, my Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your soulmate reading, your romantic soulmate reading for June, July 2020 or timeless. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Join the Circle Productions, and Virgo Sun sign. Let's see if I'm in this one. I have been the past couple of months. Great fun. Anyway, that being said, if you are new to my channel, please do consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell, because I am putting out content pretty much every day, if not a recorded reading, then live streaming or something or other. And please feel free to comment in the comment section below. This is a very, very fun set of readings this time around. Virgo, you obviously are the 6th sign. So halfway through these, I've really been enjoying these quite a bit. It's only a 15 card reading, trying to keep readings relatively shorter because upload times have been ridiculous with everybody being online, with the you-know-what going on planet Earth. So let's dive into this. The readings that we're doing here are contract readings. Soulmates are a form of soul contract. Like twin flames, but different. They're not the same thing. There are some links in the description box below you might want to check out to kind of get the difference between the two. They often get conflated together. Then you'll hear a twin flame soulmate, which apparently is a hybrid, which yes exists, but is incredibly rare. Mysticism, go figure, right? It's all a mystery to us. We just have to take the path. So getting some clarity on the contracts you agreed to before you came into this life with certain souls can be helpful. Keeping in mind, the foundation of a soulmate contract is that you help each other heal, period. Not all romantic sexual, by the way. My mother and I have a soulmate contract, so obviously you have more than one per lifetime. You can, I guess, have hundreds of different soulmates depending on if you consider friends and family members where you help each other heal. So this one we're looking at particular is the romantic kind, the one we all really want. The only reason people come on YouTube for a reading usually, not how's my relationship with my mom, it's like, where's my lover, right? Where's my soulmate? So this is to give you a little bit of an overview. Keep in mind it's only 15 cards, but 10 of those are going to be the Celtic cross spread, which is a classic and my personal favorite for the eagle eye view. So rather than doing divine masculine and divine feminine, as I usually do for soul contracts, we're going to use the Caroline Myss archetype cards. All the decks that I read are in the description box all the way at the bottom. I give good description box, so to speak. We're going to pull one for you as the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, and one for your soulmate. So there's none of that masculine, feminine trying to intuit which one you are, at least this time around. My guides are really good switching it up to keep us all interested, me included. Cool. So let's do this. Take a nice deep breath. As you breathe throughout, you'll be in the present moment. You'll be able to take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It is a general reading. And certainly then you can check your other signs, considering I'm trying to keep these under an hour, right? You'll be able to get different, perhaps, soulmate contracts, or at least different points of view of the same soulmate contract. Cool. Let's do this. Take a nice deep breath. I know, all that exposition and explaining just to get to that breath. Here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, I need 2 Caroline Myss archetype cards, one for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, possibly me included, as well as one for the soulmate in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract for June, July 2020 or timeless. That's a lot of words. So please, my collective pantheons, one for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this, right? Or the cross watcher could be the soulmate then. Please, what is the dominant archetype, the soul power being healed from shadow to light, from lead to gold in this soulmate contract? They're helping each other heal. Please show me the Virgo in this. Ooh, that one. And please show me the soulmate in this contract that they are helping each other heal with together. Bad grammar. Now, archetypes are neutral. In these decks, they are accentuated that way with a light attribute and a shadow attribute. We start with the shadow, the lead. This is what you are helping each other heal. And how interesting. we've got the Alchemist archetype. The Alchemist was the soulmate in the Leo reading that I did yesterday. So if you have Leo placement, you might want to check that out. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign. And your soulmate is the poet. Now, what I love about this is you've got the wisdom/divine family. Some archetypes do share archetypal families. So this is the wisdom family and the divine family, the alchemist turning lead into gold. But the poet is straight up creative family of archetypes. And I love the feel of these two together. I can certainly identify with being an alchemist, considering the amount of healing spiritual alchemy that I do on the daily, right? Clearing out energy fields for humanity through empathy. Great fun, right? Lead to gold 24/7. So let me read you the shadow and the light on these. The shadow attribute for the alchemist, this would be us, Virgo. Misuse of power and knowledge that comes through spiritual practice. For me, what do you think this is? The 80s? It's water. Look, don't freak out. I'm not getting drunk while I read you. Yeah, of course we go through that phase of the spiritual ego takes over our spiritual practices and uses it to, the ego tries to get what it wants. It never really works. Unless what the ego wants happens to be what the soul needs, right? The light attribute, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. That's very tantra, that's very shadow work, it's very alchemy, right? From lead to gold, 3 atoms have to be let go of, right? On the periodic table, go check it out. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold, so something must be burned off, transformed, released in order for that alchemy to take place. Love being the alchemical ingredient, more like forgiveness, but that's the F word for most people. Your soulmate, the poet, whether or not they know it, is the shadow attribute of turning a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect, sort of like that man from Nantucket. I'll keep moving along. Light attribute expresses soul insight in symbolic language. Remember, not all poetry rhymes. I mean, Beowulf, who knows what the original language if it rhymed, but at least in our translation now it does not. It's epic poetry, if you will. So just how they express themselves is in this symbolic language. Everybody speaks in archetype, metaphor, and simile. We just don't realize it. We speak in simile like or as something. I was raised by a teacher. So really lovely combo. I like these two a lot together. Let's see how they are doing in a Celtic cross, because this is the fun part. We're going to take the Daughters of the Moon Tarot and we're going to put a Celtic cross spread on top of this. So the first card down will be for the Alchemist, the Virgo, and the second card down, which is often called the cross, will be the soulmate partner, so to speak, the soulmate contract partner in terms of the cover and the cross. This will be fun. It has been really cool. Ready? Daughters of the Moon Tarot, Voices of the Goddess. Let's ask the Maiden Mother in Chrome. Let's do this. My goddesses, please. Ooh, we're going to do these one at a time, 1 through 10, Celtic cross spread for this Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Happy, healthy, wealthy, sexual, intimate, romantic, soulmate contract for June, July 2020 or timeless. Please, here we go. What is the card that covers or represents this Virgo alchemist? Boink. What is the cross, this poet soulmate partner here? What is the card that represents this poet archetype crossing the path of this alchemist? So cross doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing, like somebody crosses your path on the hero's journey, so to speak. Ally or enemy? This is soulmate, so one would think ally. What is at the core of this Virgo soulmate contract, please, for both of them? What is behind, ooh, that one just wanted to jump, behind them in this soulmate contract? What is crowning or coming into being in this soulmate contract? Where are they headed in this soulmate contract? What is the lesson they are learning in this soulmate contract? From the outside looking in, how does the world see this contract from horizontal perspective, trajectory? I guess. What is the fate into destiny, the hopes and fears, the fate and destiny here of this soulmate contract, and what, according to this current timeline in this current lifetime with the current quantum thread that we're scanning here for this contract, what is the probable outcome, at least for this stage, June, July 2020? Soul contracts go on and on and on, even beyond this life, apparently, right? We can have a contract with somebody to do the same thing over and over until we nail it, or them. Let's have a look-see-dooksy, my alchemist. What is the card that covers you? The Wanderer. So we've got the Wandering Alchemist, right? The Nine of Flames, almost home. Just need that last little push, right? That last little oomph, that last wand to get you over that right into the sunset, all the way home. Now, what I love about this deck, Daughters of the Moon Tarot, is the Ten of Flames, the Ten of Wands, it would be, isn't that exhaustion feeling kind of card. It's the Hora, it's Hava Nagila, done at bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, and Jewish weddings. So it is about usually a joyful completion in this deck, and it's saying that in terms of your alchemy, like you've put in a lot of work, you have a lot of desire, you've traveled a really long time to get to where you are, but there is still some alchemy going on here, as I guess will be until we're fully ascended, holy and free, however you want to see that, completely enlightened. Maybe not, maybe that's not the end goal, maybe that's just the beginning of a whole other level, but you're so close to that 10, don't give up now. Yeah, don't give up now, that is the message. How about your soulmate partner? The poet has strength and fortitude. This is someone who's not afraid to love. How about that? That's a shift. That's a change. This is somebody who really can speak their heart, and speak their heart in a symbolic way. So do keep in mind, Virgos, I mean, I am a Virgo, but I have the Pisces moon, thankfully. I can interpret poetic language that way, what somebody means behind the symbolism, but sometimes in my Virgo head, I will parse it out so specifically and analyze every vibration of every syllable of everything said, even in a text, you know what I mean? Overthinking. This is somebody who perhaps speaks quickly from their heart and passionately, but make sure you're not over-analyzing what it is they actually say. More try and feel where they're coming from. That's a poet for you, right? Metaphors, sometimes you forget what you metaphor, right? What's at the core here? Oh, the Libra card. Now, I mean, is that can indicate that there's Libra connection between the two of you in terms of zodiacal sign, but really, it's 7th house, it's partnerships, marriage, contracts. Libra. Very, very much this contract is being activated on a subconscious level, that the two of you are being drawn together. While individually you may not have met yet, you may not know each other, and even if you do, maybe you're not together, we'll see what else comes here, but know that there is this verbal thing going on subconsciously. So if you have been communicating to each other, well, with the Alchemist, it might be in a process of transformation, more of an arc, where the poet is just sort of like both barrels. Maybe withholding a little bit if they're smart, depending on their sign, but that there is something balanced and lovely and fair and equal and there's an equanimity. I was going to say equanimitous, is that a word? I don't know. So it would be an adverb or an adjective. Raised by teacher. So there's that balance there, that fairness. I really like these two together, the vibe of it. Yes, I'm a Virgo. I would love to date a poet as long as they can pay their bills, you know? There ain't nothing going on with but the rent. Where you've been, 3 of Cups, there's already a friendship here. There's already an emotional bonded connection. Past life, this life, who cares? 3 of Cups, there's definitely, you guys came together. If you haven't met physically, at least the joining together, perhaps there was a third person that brought you together. Yeah, I'm not really getting third-party energy from that in terms of a love triangle. I mean, I know everybody says that on YouTube, but just not feeling that, for this particular soulmate contract. It does feel like, though, that the two of you at least like each other, right? There's a friendly foundation. Remember, love is a rose, the stem, the friendship, the blossom, the romance. Thank you, A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. I've lived by that metaphor since 1990-something, when that book was out in hardcover. So do keep that in mind, that you are coming from this place of at least a 3 of Cups foundation. Very, very lovely, friendly, perhaps emotional, empathic, even intuitive connection here between the two of you. Loving this so far, but don't worry. What's the crown? What's crowning? Meditation. Now, the Seven of Blades is usually that sneaky card, right? Sneaking away with some swords. Here, the Seven of Blades is about meditation, right? It's about going deep, not just stilling the mind, that sort of Eastern concept, but like somebody watching a hole in the ice while they are ice fishing. It's more contemplative. It's about being silent and being still, but also taking those thoughts deep within where others can't see them. Do you see that's sort of maybe that deceptive, sneaky part that we usually see in the Seven of Blades? But for both of you, there is some contemplation here. There's a turning inward, and if you're both turning inward towards this balance, seventh house is Libra. It's ruled by Venus. It's Aphrodite. It's the god Eros. It's very, very romantic, very, very poetic. But I'm going to say with that card of meditation there, not only is there a mental link, but it's pointing towards a mystical connection. That would be a soulmate contract. Any soul contract is a mystical connection because it's mystery, what's going to happen. But the divine is definitely at work here. Feels very calming, though. Like, this may not be a raging, passionate thing, but let's see. See, Six of Cups, compassion. What's before you? There's definitely, you guys are going to help each other heal big time. And I'm seeing a lot of snuggling and canoodling on couches when you guys really do come together. Like, this is, yes, it's a therapeutic relationship, but it's not a relationship based in therapy, right? It's not a counselor-client situation here. This is balance. It's that Libra card. It's that emotional balance. And I love that it's at the ocean, right? The ocean side. I was born in Oceanside, New York. It is that ebb and flow, that giving and receiving of emotion in balance. It doesn't feel like anyone's going to be holding back in terms of how they feel with an alchemist and a poet, as long as the alchemist, Virgo, we keep alchemizing our lead into gold, our fear into love, etc., breaking the chains that bind, because the poet, I mean, come on, the poet with the card of courage, the card of strength. I don't feel like the soulmate's going to have a problem expressing themselves in terms of their romance, but I kind of think the Virgos might have hit the jackpot. We're only halfway through this series, though. What's the lesson? What are you both learning from each other here? Oh, is that just the Six of Flames? Yes, it is. Bastet, the Egyptian cat goddess. Oh my goodness gracious. Six of Cups followed by Six of Flames. The sex must be off the scale, and you're just going to get better with each other. Just saying. Very balanced element of fire there. Very, very playful. It looks like you two are going to have a real, or at least, the both of you have been through so much hell these past 3 years that you're actually going to get some fun time together. Now, is this supposed to manifest in June, July 2020 or timeless when you're watching this? It's a lesson. You're learning how to play with each other, how to enjoy with each other in a balanced, fun, fair, emotionally balanced way. And who's raised doing that, right? This is a soul. You're helping each other heal. This is lovely. From the outside looking in, the Seven of Cups to sort of match this Seven of Blades here. So do get that you've got 2 6s, 2 7s, a 3, and a 9. This is a very, very interesting read. The card here is called Jealousy, but if you're familiar with the tarot, Rider-Waite, it's those cups in the sky, right? Cups in the clouds, all the things we dream and we fantasize of, which what I'm getting here is the two of you together, go make some people jealous. It's a little bit, I want to make sure I say this the right way. I'll clarify the word. Fantastic, but in the sense of fantastical, like fantasy, like there's something storybookish here, kind of, sort of, but Destiny Unfolding usually does that, right? It has that archetypal groove to it that you kind of fall into and follow along. Definitely. People could be very jealous of the two of you. Be aware of that. What jealousy essentially is the intuition coming up against the inner child. Where the intuition is saying, we're going to have that someday. And the child's like, it's not fair. Why don't I have that now? Why should they have it before me? Don't they know how much I've suffered, or what have you, whatever that content is. So definitely you see all those cups. I love that they're martini glasses, by the way. Just like, but that comes from emotional needs that are not being met, that when you see other people having them met, like that. But again, castles in the sky, it's the things we dream of and believe will make us happy that nobody sees the footwork. It's my mom used to say, like, anytime you hear of an overnight success, there's usually 20 years of work that's gone unacknowledged, right? So I think that's true here. I think the two of you have really been through hell together. So if all of a sudden the two of you are together romantically and, you're Instagramming every single second of your life, expect people to want to gag a little bit, right? It's not that it's too good to be true, but they don't know the whole story, right? All they see is the oak tree. They don't know the acorn and the struggle. From what's the destiny of this one? Where are you both on the hero's journey? The moon. Yeah, Maya. Yeah, you're not supposed to understand it right now. It's the card of the moon. It's not an up here thing, Virgo. It's an in here thing, and really not just a here thing. A here thing, and let's hope that that is the lunar plexus, which is underneath the solar plexus, also known as the second chakra. This is a very water-based destiny that the two of you have. This is very emotional. This is very healing. You might find yourselves, at least at this stage, mothering yourselves emotionally if you're not together. But I feel like when the two of you come together with this Six of Cups, it's going to be very mutually mothering. In other words, there's not it's not a mother-child relationship, but your relationships with your own inner innocence is getting to a place with this fun where you can really be there for each other in mutual support. This is lovely. I hope this is me, considering I'm single. And glad to be during this crazy time on planet Earth. What's your outcome, at least for now, is the Capricorn card. Now, certainly can represent somebody with some kind of Capricorn placement. Not really what I'm getting here, so much as that this relationship is going to slow and steady win the race. This could be a lifetime thing. This could, well, like reason, season, or lifetime. Certainly Capricorn can speak of a season, but it does feel like nobody runs up a mountain. It's step by step, but you will reach the top of this mountain, and at the top of that mountain is the foothills of the next in this relationships. So this feels like a long haul. This feels like a very Capricornian, clear boundaries, but slow and steady wins the race. You might be separated a bit by certain physical logistics, if not time zone, or which is distance as well, time zone. But there's definitely an element of timing involved here too that might be a bit of a rub for you, but it is something that you are going to grow step by step by step by step. You don't want to rush this anyway. Besides, I didn't finish that metaphor with love is a rose, the stem, the friendship, the blossom, the romance. If you nurture the stem, the friendship, the bud, the romance will bloom and fall, bud, bloom, and fall again and again and again and again and again, right? So it's very much that true love thing with that solid foundation. Lovely, we're not done. That's only 12 cards. This is what's called an augmented Celtic cross. Healing with the Angel's Oracle. What is the healing angel that's offering their services to this alchemist in this poet, in this soulmate contract? Let's find out. A 1, a 2, a 3. 3. My angels. Please, one card in clarity. What is the healing angel offering their love, their power, their wisdom, their services, their healing to this alchemist poet? Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, soulmate contract for June, July 2020 or timeless. Yeah, this alchemist and this poet. Who is the angel? The angel of truth and integrity. Oh, I might need a cigarette after this reading. I mean, once you get to a certain age, it's like truth and integrity is such a turn on, right? It's just like, oh my God, you're being honest. You're actually being vulnerable and showing your honor and your integrity, he said, turning the card around. It's wonderful. Don't lie to each other. Just say, I'm afraid. Right? Just say, I'm not running away from you, I'm running toward myself, right? It's like, be honest with each other, be honorable with each other. Lovely. But maybe that's part of what this 7 is about, what's crowning you, is you're really sort of contemplating this, making sure you are in alignment with your soul's high wisdom and reality to the best that you can be. Hey, it's all a learning curve for all of us. So let's ask the higher selves of all, 5th dimension and above. So in other words, the higher self of this Virgo alchemist and the higher self of this poet get to choose this card on a collective level. Shall we? Breathe. Higher selves of all involved, possibly my own included. Please, what is the whisper of love for this Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual soulmate contract for June, July 2020 involving this Virgo alchemist and this soulmate partner poet archetype? What? Oh, I feel you. What is the whisper of love? You guys have just met. New love. Embrace this new opportunity of love that is here. This may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth. I have a feeling it is both romantic, sexual, and spiritual growth oriented, being, of course, a soul contract. Soulmate, soul contract, whatever. New love. Kicking ass, taking names here, Virgo. Well, what else do we do, really? We're very good at taking names. We can even alphabetize and put them in bar graphs if necessary. Let's keep going. Last card down. Of course, if you are familiar with me, my work on my channel, since December, I got the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. We're going to get you one healing mantra card here for whoever needs it, right? If the Alchemist, which is the Virgo, or I guess the Cross-Watcher would be the poet here. Whoever's working this mantra, because of the quantum entanglement of a soulmate contract, as you heal you, you're automatically helping your soulmate partner to heal. This is kind of fun. Let's see what you get. Now, there are some of these mantras that are really more about healing pain and suffering, but there are some that are just absolutely delightful and fun to do. Let's see which one we get. Yeah, I'm in on this one. Breathe. As I tune myself to the Ascended Masters of Soulmate Contracts. Hello, my Ascended Masters. How are you today in the timeless, in the eternal? Please, can you give me one card for this Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract for June, July 2020 or timeless? What is the perfect healing mantra for these two, this alchemist and this poet? Please. Befriending pain. When discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. Now I'm going to read you from the book on that because there's some nuance there. I don't want you to just toss out this whole reading. It's not a turd in a punch bowl. It makes sense, actually. When discomfort becomes my friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. That's pretty awesome. Befriending pain, because this person is, you two have come together to help each other heal, and that doesn't mean, oh, all of our issues is gone. No, this is not a Dyson vacuum. I have a Dyson vacuum. They're the best things ever made. Befriending pain. Virgo. When discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed, which means you have to actually be in the discomfort, allowing yourself to feel it. When you befriend pain, you are allowing limitations to be released from the cells of your body. Now, here's the thing. As you're feeling the pain, the healing's already taking place. It's not the pain that needs healing. It's the sign that healing is taking place. It took me 50 years to learn that. Because pain is often the result of rapid transformation, you're the alchemist here, at least my Virgo. It is essential to make friends with it in recognition of how quickly you are evolving. This relationship is going to push you past the boundaries that you are scheduled to be pushed past. It might be uncomfortable and sometimes nearly unbearable, but your most profound shifts in consciousness often occur once pain is befriended as an ally of your evolution. This mantra is ideal for healing the body, mind, and soul on an energetic level. You're helping each other heal. Look, both of you have been through trauma. It really is something that, with this Three of Cups, I bet you've got more in common emotionally than you realize yet. That is something that will be developed, particularly as the 3 becomes the 6 in this past, present, future horizontal timeline. In fact, how about I just pop up the picture and we'll take a look at it from a larger POV, shall we? Take a nice deep breath. Magic clap. Because we've got you, my Virgo, as the Alchemist archetype in the shadow. Misuse of the power and knowledge that comes through a spiritual practice. Tricky, sticky, but you are covered with the card of the 9 of Flames, right? So moving you into that light attribute, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom, which means allow yourself to feel those base motives, even if you just want to like jump on their face and eat them alive. It's a little cannibalistic, but we're Virgos, you know, we would wash our hands first and after. There's definitely that thing of understand that that's a chakric language, that there's something speaking there to you. Bring your awareness, your love, whatever arises, love that. I literally have the Matt Kahn book on my desk, well, dining room table, right? So there's a huge alchemy here. You may want to like, well, you're an earth sign. You might just want to like, I don't know, wear them like a hat 24/7. I get it. But with that 9 of Flames, the passion is high here, but you're almost there. So of course there is some befriending of pain, that some discomfort going on here that needs to be healed. For your soulmate, we've got the poet archetype, the shadow attribute, turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. And it really is using symbolic language in a very, very harmful, violent, often way, but often a way, even self-depreciating humor sometimes can have that touch of the shadow poet in it, where the light attribute expresses soul insights in symbolic language. I love the vibe on this person here, whoever this is, particularly because they have the Major Arcana card of Strength. So this is somebody who maybe has already alchemized, or at least used their creative process to express a lot of their pain, a lot of their wounds, and therefore may be very, very good at talking things out, at least for themselves, and are sort of ready for this kind of soulmate contract. That they have their courage in place, which to me is one of the hottest things on planet Earth. When someone is heart-centered, courageously loving, that's like, well, after the rogues gallery I've been with, you can see why. Because at the core here, we've got the Mother of Blades, right? The Libra card, which would be the King of Wands. This is a Maiden Mother Crone deck. Skadi, the North Winds, that there is something very 7th house balanced and lovely, very fair, very, very, what's the word you guys are giving me? Interdependent, not so much dependent or codependent or independent, but interdependent, a real healthy balance in its core, right? It may not be manifested yet. It's in potentia within the soul of both of you on the interior here, the bottom line. It's really lovely. And with that 3 of Cups, that does make sense, that there really is a meeting of the hearts here, even on a friendship term. You might even see each other as brother, sister, spirit, you know what I mean? Like, we're all brothers and sisters, we all come from the same source. There's that kind of feel here, more of a spiritual undercurrent going on. The two of you might actually speak similar spiritual languages, particularly with that 7 of Blades, though you might be going through a period of introspection to where you're really looking at, particularly with that Truth and Integrity card right next to it, about really what is it that's going on here, a real deep dive into yourselves. What's funny is that if you're not communicating during that time, you might not realize the other one is doing the same thing, that perhaps you are befriending that pain, as the mantra indicates. When discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. And these are limiting beliefs, and you do have the Libra card in the core and the 7 of Blades and Air card in the cover. So that looks like the belief system is being at least examined or healed on some level. But the healing does come with compassion, a real understanding. It feels like you two might have an innate emotional understanding of each other because of archetypally similar past tragedies in terms of romantic sexual context. Wow, that was a freaking mouthful. But I love that, though, that Six of Cups really is balanced with that Libra card in your third position, the core, but then it takes it even further into the lesson. The Six of Flames, you're learning how to play together. You're learning how to enjoy your life. It feels like both of you, perhaps you don't have the emotional scabs, but you might have the scars. There's a difference between a scab and a scar, obviously. But you might find that when you put your scars together, like, it makes a picture of Mickey Mouse or something. You know what I mean? Like, symbolically speaking, obviously. I mean, unless that's literal, that's kind of cool. That's Guinness Book of World Records waiting to happen. I should get your own sitcom if that's the case. But there's something very playful that you're learning how to really enjoy each other. It's almost like, and I don't say this like ever, but maybe you might be each other's reward. Is that a good thing to say? I don't believe in punishment and reward of the divine. Everything's here to help us. But it might be like everything that you've been through individually has brought you together collectively to actually enjoy yourselves. That's novel. However, from the outside looking in, we've got the Seven of Cups here, which does reflect back to that Seven of Blades in the crown position here. It's in the world position, how the world sees this from a horizontal trajectory, a horizontal perspective. This might very well be the jealousy of other people, that what you have is enviable. Not so much that the two of you are jealous people, because honestly, with these sixes and these balances and that Three of Cups, truth and integrity on the table, I'm not feeling that's the case. I'm feeling that you might have sort of the thing that people dream about, at least for a reason or a season, if not a lifetime. Please, in that position of the hopes and fears, your destiny, where are you? Where is this contract on the hero's journey? It's Yemaya, the moon. You got to feel this out. It's almost like you can't really trust your intellect with any of this, and for Virgos, that's pretty maddening. Like, it may not make sense. They're giving me statistics, literally bar graphs, pie charts, right? Any comparison that the ego or the mind tries to do here, it's not going to bring you any clarity. The card of the full moon is really saying the intuitive path is always under your feet, but when you're standing at the ocean, right, under a full moon, you can see the path no matter where you are standing at the water's edge, right? The moonlight just comes right under your feet, illuminating that. So there will be moments of that, but you're really going to have to trust your gut on this and not really try and parse everything out intellectually, because with that Capricorn outcome card there, this could be very long haul. This could be all the way up the mountain, you two. That you could really be don't like using the word the one, right? We're all the one. We're all the divine singularity. But in terms of that person that you've been really healing and trying to be the person who could be in this kind of relationship, it feels like you're both going to reach at least the same plateau at some point and really understand you are very much equals in that way, and you're both willing to do the work. This is really a lovely soulmate contract. Now, the angel of truth and integrity being the healing angel here for you both, you really don't lie to yourself. That could be part of that Seven of Blades meditation, to really look at your truth. Not just what it is that you want, but look at everything you've been through at this point from a more meditative place, seeing that it's all been happening for you, that everything is here to help you. And with that Libra card in your core in balance, that's really about truth and justice, that balance that we see going on here. And the whispers of love from both of your higher selves is this is a new love. Embrace this new opportunity of love that is here. This may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth. I feel like this is definitely the spiritual growth, and maybe there are some creative opportunities work-wise between the two of you, a collaboration or a support there in some way. But I do see, work opportunities with that Capricorn card right next to it. That could mean the spiritual work opportunities as well as the spiritual growth that the two of you can balance and help each other with. And really, with that befriending pain as your last card down, when discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. That really does speak to what a soulmate contract is, a soul agreement written into the lives of both of you that you agree to help each other heal. And part of that is going to be being safe space for each other so that you can befriend your pain in each other's presence, which is part of that Six of Cups compassion, that unconditional love, that space, that giving each other time and space, whether you are together or apart, that needs to be healed as you both befriend your pain and fall deeper and deeper in love as you climb the mountain. What? I love when the gods just co-opt my larynx out of nowhere. At least they're speaking English, not ancient Greek. That would be a little tricky to translate. Do you think YouTube could translate that? I don't know. What a really, really kick-ass reading, Virgos. I'm glad to be a Virgo. I hope I am in this. This sounds lovely. So may the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in their soulmate contracts for June, July 2020 or timeless, that they may heal, that they may befriend pain, that they may grow, that they may embrace this new love with truth and integrity. And find that balance. Find that way to help each other heal in a happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual soulmate contract for June, July 2020 or timeless. May they be so blessed. May we be so blessed. So mote it be. And so it is. Thank you for watching my Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and comment below. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed, not just of the rest of June and July, but the rest of the summer. I'll keep working. You'll get more readings from me. But for now, my darlings, hail, farewell, kick-ass reading, and blessed, blessed be.